Oh, what's up, everyone? Welcome on back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Thank you, as always, for being here. I got some nice contrast on the shadow looking at the light box. Okay, anyways, today we're moving on. Listening to some more Jethro Tull. We're going to actually listen to the title track here of the album, Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses. I don't know why, but I'm expecting this track to be heavy. And I don't expect any horsing around. So instead of horsing around in the beginning of this whole intro thing, let's just trot our way into the song. Had to think of a horse pun, and we'll ride it out from there. Let's go.
Ironclad feather feet pounding the dust on October's day towards evening. Sweat embossed veins standing proud to the plow. Salt on a deep chest, seasoning. Last of the line at an honest day's toil, turning the deep sod under. Flint at the fat log chasing the bone.
This is so like romance.
At the nostrils, plunder. The Suffolk, the Clydesdale, the Percheron vine, with a shire on his feathers floating, hauling soft timber into the dusk, to bed on a warm straw coating. Heavy horses move the land under me, and behind the plow ivy, slipping and sliding free. And now you're down to the view, and there's no work to do. The tractor's on its way. Man, let me find you a filly for your proud stallion seed, to keep the old line going, and we'll stand you abreast at the back of the woods, behind the young trees growing, to hide you from eyes that mock at your girth, your 18 hands at the shoulder. And one day when the oil barrens have all dripped dry, and the nights are seen to draw colder, they'll beg for your strength, your gentle power, your noble grace and your bearing, and you'll strain once again to the sound of the guns, in the wake of the deep plough sharing. Heavy horses move the land under me, and behind the plow gliding, slipping and sliding free. And now you're down to the view, and there's no work to do. The tractor's on its way.
And Palmer's arrangements coming in. A little bit of a romp.
on the brow of the hill.
Now we're getting into this gallop over the horizon.
To the Cohen facing. In stiff battle harness chained to the world. Against the low sun racing. Bring me a wheel of open woods. A rain of polished leather. A heavy horse and a tumbling sky. Brewing heavy weather. Bring a song for the evening.
Hear that switch up on the drums?
Clean brass to flash the dawn. Across these acres glistening like dew on a carpet lawn. In these dark towns, folk lie sleeping. The heavy horses thunder by. So wake
When he talks about the heavy horses thundering by,
with the living horseman's cry.
Evans. Right back to the intro. Right back.
At once the all hands quicken. Bring pick and whisk and curry come. Thrill to the sound of all the heavy horses drumming home. Ironclad feather feet pounding the dust. An October's day towards evening. Sweat embossed veins standing proud to the plow. Song on a deep chest, seasoning. Bring me a wheel of oaken wood. A ring of polished leather. A heavy horse and a tumbling sky. Brewing heavy weather. Heavy horses move the land under me. Behind the plow gliding, slipping and sliding free. And now you're down to the view and there's no work to do. The tractor's on its way. Oh, heavy horses move the land under me. Behind the plow riding, slipping and sliding free. And now you're down to the view and there's no work to do. The tractor's on its way. Oh, heavy horses move the land under me. Behind the plow riding, slipping and sliding free.
And now those arrangements from D comes in.
Now you're down to the view and there's no work to do. The tractor's on its way. Oh, heavy horses move the land under me. Behind the plow gliding, slipping and sliding free. And now you're down to the view and there's no work to do. The tractor's on its way.
Listen, when you get to the title track in an album, you expect it to be something. It has to make a statement. It's named after the name of the album, which the artist, the band has put their heart, their soul, their blood into. You expect to squeeze that orange and get a little juice out of it, perhaps just a little bit of pulp. And here, it's pulp filled. This is possibly, its first listen, this is perhaps the best song on the album. It has everything. I am impressed. I cannot give enough credit to each individual member and what they bring into the music. There's going to be some that I repeat over and over, but just the flow of this song, it's incredibly dynamic. It's beautiful in its verse. I love the openness and this like open landscape, looking over the hillside and the horizon, just admiring the world, admiring nature before you. I kind of see it like a man standing on the hill. Excuse me. On like a foggy morning, just like watching the world wake up. Like there's this beautiful natural feeling in specifically the verse. And I love the way that Ian's singing there. It's so sentimental. It's so mature. The songwriting is more than on point. And then just everything around it. So you have like this deep spoken, almost spoken word harmony beneath Ian's voice in the verse there. And I don't know if that's just Ian redubbing under himself, because backing vocals are also credited to Glasscock as well. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm leaning towards it being Ian, but I'm not sure. But I do love that effect, and it's just this undertone. It's not really overpowering Ian's lead or anything like that. It's just this extra oomph of emotion. And then, man, you can talk about everybody on here. Barlow, what can I say more that I haven't said before in past tracks? His drumming is just absolutely wonderful. It's thunderous, especially in the line where they mention the heavy horses thundering and running around. And you actually have Barlow coming in very specifically with the double kicks. And from that point in the song forward, it's used sparingly, just the perfect amount accordingly. Like, I think that is fantastic, once again, from a songwriting perspective. And if I remember correctly, I don't believe we heard any double bass before that point. So that just further enunciates that point within the song context itself. Evans on the piano, mixed with Dee Palmer on the arrangements. Magical. Blissful. I really enjoyed how at the end you heard the guitar, that lead, that melody that occurs many times. It's a wonderful play. But I like how at the end there that guitar lead plays, and then you hear Dee Palmer string arrangements come in, which I see that Daryl Way is actually on the violin, so it's him. Daryl Way comes in and mimics and mimes that guitar line, but slowly overlaps it, which kind of like that spoken word harmony under Ian singing in the verse, it just kind of adds this different and unique effect into the music at that point. And especially at the end there, it really pushes it towards this sort of climactic feel. What else is there to say? Anderson's acoustic guitar in mix with Martin's electric guitar is absolutely wonderful. I love how in the intro, and not the outro, I guess you could say, it sounds very classical inspired. It has this romantic sound as well. Like, I'm not familiar with classical music enough to tell you like this era or this eras isn't what period. That's what I mean. Periods. Like, I couldn't tell you what period sounds like what. I have no idea. That's not my idea. I just don't know. But it just sounds like, I don't know, it feels romantic to me. So I don't know. Maybe it is the romantic period. I don't know. But just an incredible track that I truly feel lives up to the title of being the title track, and is possibly the best song on this already amazing album. Ironclad, feather feet pounding the dust. In October's day towards evening, sweat embossed veins, standing proud to the plow. Salt on a deep chest seasoning. Last of the line of an honest day's toil, turning the deep sod under. Flint at the fetlock chasing the bone, flies at the nostrils plunder. So I actually think that this track is just literally talking about horses. He even says the Suffolk, the Clydesdale, the Pecheron V, with the Shire on his feathers floating, hauling soft timber into the dusk to bed on a warm straw coating. I think he's really just paying ode to horses. I think it's as simple as that. A majestic animal, a beautiful creature that works, that runs, that races, that plays. I think he's really just paying a sort of honor to horses in general. Let me find you a filly for your proud stallion seed, to keep the old line going. Ian has such a way with words for certain things. Isn't that true? Because when I first read it, I was about to say I don't know what he means. But I think I know what he means now. And will stand you abreast at the back of the wood behind the young trees growing, to hide you from eyes that mock at your girth, and your 18 hands at the shoulder. And one day when the oil barons have dripped dry and the nights are seen to draw colder, they'll beg for your strength, your gentle power. I kind of view that as when technology, you know, for the most part, we've traded horses for automobiles. When, for whatever reason, like he says, the oil barons have run dry, when we can no longer use automobiles for whatever reason, or when you're out of gas, they'll be begging for the horse. Like, man, that was a good, begging for your strength, your gentle power. Standing like tanks on the brow of the hill, up into the cold wind facing, in stiff battle harness, chained to the world, against the low sun racing. So, yeah, we're not going to go over every single line in here, but that is the gist of the song from what I can tell. And I think that, I love the way that he writes, because he writes in such a natural, organic, poetic way that really just gives a lot of love to the land and a lot of love to nature. It says here that this track has become a live staple for the band, and I would love to hear the specific track live. Ian Anderson has written this as an ode to horses, which he claimed to have a soft spot for despite disliking horse riding. So he doesn't like riding them, but he does love the horse. He says, I suppose it's an equestrian aqualone in a way. Once powerful and majestic creatures find themselves on the scrap heap, forgotten by society and replaced by machines. I'm not particularly obsessed by the animals, and it's not intended as a heartfelt campaign to bring them back into service, but I do have a soft spot for horses. I really like that as well. It says the song's orchestral midsection was co-written by Martin at Anderson's request. That's awesome. What a wonderful track. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Of course, you can follow me over on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here. Hope that you enjoyed the music. This one was good. Right? Like, this one was good. And hope you have a great day, guys.